The 80s and 90s was certainly a golden age for movies, and that era in Hollywood introduced us to many new fresh faces, ranging from actresses such as Bridget Nielsen and Shannon Worry to the queen of B-movies, Julie Strain. The 80s and 90s truly gave us many talented gems. Today we will take a walk down memory lane, explore every B-movie actress from that time, and tell you all about where they are now. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Bridget Nielsen. Bridget Nielsen is most popularly known for her role in Red Sonja in 1985, but she actually started a career at the age of 16. She left her family to pursue modeling and even work with top designers like Giorgio Armani, Gianni Versace and Gianfranco Ferre. Bridget later married Caspar Winding and also had a son with him, but she soon decided to leave her family behind when she got a role in Red Sonja opposite Arnold Schwarzenegger. She later also appeared in Rocky IV opposite Sylvester Stallone, whom she married for a brief period of time. Bridget went ahead and starred in movies such as Cobra in 1986 and Beverly Hills Cops #2 in 1987. Bridget also had a scandalous personal life, and she has had 4 husbands and 4 children over the course of her life. Bridget later also starred in the erotic thriller film Chained Heat 2, as well as other movies such as She's Too Tall, Codename Silencer and Hostile Environment. She finally settled down in the USA and Europe with Mattia Desi and then had a 5th child with him. Sybil Danning. Based in Austria, Sybil Danning initially starred in a few German films and gained a lot of attention in the erotic action movie The Long Swift Sword of Siegfried in 1971. She continued to get offers for B-grade films when she finally decided to move to Hollywood to advance her career. Danning was soon offered a role in the cult classic film Battle Beyond the Stars in 1980, and this role truly helped her solidify her position in the industry. She later appeared in several other B-grade films such as Chained Heat, Malibu Express, Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf, and Private Passions. Fans especially admired her role in Battle Beyond the Stars in 1980, and an action figure based on her character was also soon released. Danning had a bright and prosperous future ahead of her, but her plans were wrecked when she ended up getting a spinal disc herniation in 1990 during a film stunt. Eventually, she returned to acting after a break and also starred in a trailer for Quentin Tarantino's Grindhouse in 2007. She also played the role of Nurse Wynn in Halloween in 2007, and she is especially known for her shiny blonde hair and deep blue eyes. Sybil was also quite comfortable with shooting sensual scenes and portraying feminine characters, and she believed that her experience in European films helped her become more comfortable in her skin. Cynthia Rothrock. Cynthia Rothrock is an established martial arts artist who decided to try her hand at acting in the 1985 movie Yes Madam. This movie also starred Michelle Yeoh, and it was a huge success. After her big break, Cynthia decided to act in more action films, and she developed an extensive filmography that included B-grade action movies such as China O'Brien, Guardian Angel, No Retreat, Prince of the Sun, and so on. People even started referring to her as the Queen of Martial Arts films, and Cynthia also holds a record for winning over 100 martial arts competitions. In 2016, Cynthia became the first martial artist to appear in the International Sports Hall of Fame. Her movie characters were typically seen being handcuffed or tied up while she fought her opponents. Cynthia was earlier married to Ernest Rothrock, and she also had a daughter with him in 1999. Cynthia's marriage with Ernest ended in divorce, and she currently raises her daughter and also owns a martial arts studio in California. Bai Ling. Bai Ling first debuted in a Chinese feature film titled On the Beach in 1984, and she finally gained attention for playing a girl suffering from a mental illness in the movie The Shining Ark. After gaining popularity, Bai Ling moved to the US and got a minor role in The Crow in 1984. She later got into controversy for her role in Red Corner, after which her Chinese citizenship was revoked. Ling soon became a US citizen and dedicated her life to acting. She was even named one of the 50 most beautiful beautiful people in the world by People magazine in 1988, and she posed naked for an issue of Playboy. At this time, she had also shot a tiny part in Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith, but her role was soon cut out of the movie and only released on DVD. Ling finally reappeared in Chinese films in the thriller movie Dumplings, for which she won the Hong Kong Film Award for Best Supporting Actress. Ling also worked in movies such as The Wedding Banquet, Wild Wild West, and so on, and fans loved her mysterious, seductive character in the 2004 TV series Lost. Currently, Bai Ling has settled down in Southern California and she is still active. Most recently, she has appeared in movies such as Lockdown and Pig Killer in 2022, as well as Bonnie and Clyde in 2023. Shannon Tweed. Born in 1957, Shannon Tweed originated from Labrador, Canada. She first gained popularity after posing as Miss November 1981 for Playboy magazine, after which she was offered a role in the sitcom Falcon Crest. She was later even involved with Playboy's founder Hugh Hefner, but she soon met Gene Simmons in 1983 and eventually married him in 2011. Throughout her career, Shannon Tweed became known for her roles in low-budget, B-grade thriller movies such as Lethal Woman, Night Visitor, In the Cold of the Night, Last Call, Naked Truth, and so on. She currently lives with her husband Gene Simmons, and the two of them also have a son and a daughter. Barbara Crampton. After pursuing a bachelor's degree in theatre arts, Barbara played the role of Cordelia in a production of King Lear in New York. In no time, she secured a recurring role in Days of Our Lives and became a household name in the 1980s. Barbara soon started doing several roles in B-grade horror movies after making her film debut in Body Double in 1984. She soon became known for her acting in From Beyond, Jumping Mall, Castle Freak, and so on, and she especially started doing several horror anthologies. She also appeared in soap operas such as The Young and the Restless, as well as The Bold and the Beautiful in 1987. Barbara had quite an extensive filmography, and she finally decided to retire from movies after marrying Robert Blackman. She had 2 children with him, and she focused on raising them before finally making a comeback in You're Next in 2011. Currently, Barbara has settled outside of San Francisco and she lives a quiet life where she pursues hobbies such as yoga, skiing, working out, and so on. Joan Severance. Joan Severance began her career at the age of 18 as a model, and she also travelled to France for the same. Soon enough, she modelled for brands such as Chanel and Versace, and then decided to return to the US and work in campaigns for Maybelline, L'Oreal, Revlon, and so on. After several commercials and modelling gigs, Joan decided to make Hollywood her new playing ground and hired an agent and manager. She soon bagged a role on a CBS series titled Wise Guy in 1987, and she later got a role in See No Evil, Hear No Evil in 1989. Jones soon became a popular choice for B-grade movie roles, and she appeared in many movies such as Black Scorpion, The Last Seduction, Lake, Consequence, and so on. She later also appeared in several television shows such as CSI Miami, Masters of Sex, and One Tree Hill, and she finally settled down and ventured into other fields. Joan has tried her hand at writing, earning a cooking degree and a bachelor's in natural health, and is currently also developing a mobile app for a communication game. Linea Quigley. Also known as Barbara Linea Quigley, Linea was encouraged to try her hand at modelling and acting when she worked at a Jack LaLanne spa in her teen years. Soon she got short roles in commercials and B-grade movies such as Wheeler and Stone Cold Dead. However, Linea's big break was in the 1995 cult classic film The Return of the Living Dead, after which Linea got ample offers to act in movies such as Night of the Demons, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, and Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama. In the early 2000s, Linea moved back to Florida to spend time with her ill parents, and she has now become an animal rights advocate with a vegan lifestyle. She still works in movies here and there, and even shows up at horror conventions, and she is affectionately known as America's Scream Queen. Alyssa Milano. Coming from an Italian-American background, Alyssa Milano's babysitter had once taken her to a dance audition for a tour of Annie. It so happened that the casting crew chose Alyssa to be one of the orphans in the show, and she then spent around 18 years on the road while touring all over the place. By the end of this time, Alyssa was 9 years old and had already picked up several skills that made her quite an accomplished actress. Alyssa was especially known for her charisma, and she soon left the cast of Annie to pursue other off-Broadway productions and commercial options. In 1983, Alyssa was just 10 years old when she got a role on the sitcom Who's the Boss? After a few years, Alyssa also started in a few B-grade movies such as Conflict of Interest, Deadly Sins, Poison Ivy 2, Lily, and so on. Alyssa had quite a long career as she practically spent her entire life acting or modeling. She also married and divorced St. John Tate, after which she later married Dave Bugliari and also had 2 children with him. Currently, Alyssa dabbles in politics and she recently endorsed Joe Biden during his election campaign in 2020. Shannon Worry. Shannon Worry, born in 1964. Shannon Worry's character started out in 1991 when she was cast for the movie Out for Justice. Even though she had a small role as a waitress, she moved to LA for this movie and later even starred in the erotic thriller movie Animal Instincts in 1992. She became quite famous for her role as Joanna Coles in this movie, which was quite a massive hit among other B-grade films in the 1990s. The movie was about a couple who tried to spruce up their marriage, and it also had a sequel in 1994. Shannon Worry also appeared in several other erotic thriller films such as Watch Me, Body of Influence, and Ringer, that also released in the mid-90s. She later tried some acting roles but also guest starred in some TV shows such as Murder 1, VIP, Mike Hammer, and so on. In the last few years, Worry has taken to theater roles or even TV commercial gigs, and she lives in Phoenix, Arizona. She moved from LA around 2004 after feeling like her roles were not exciting enough. Recently, she has done a lot of theaters and worked alongside iTheatre Collaborative or Nearly Naked Theatre. Her role in Bug also garnered a lot of attention in 2009, and she has genuinely honed her acting skills and perfected her craft over the years. Kari Wahler. Kari Wahler was enrolled in an acting school right from her childhood, and she soon went to New York in search of acting roles. At the age of 19, Kari got a role in Fire with Fire in 1986, and she later worked as a VJ on an MTV show. She also studied acting in NYU, Columbia University, and the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts in London under the guidance of the famous Uta Hagen. She also got quite famous after her role in the television series Sliders in 1995, as well as for her role as Sheriff Parker in the comedy horror movie Eight-Legged Freaks. She was also known for her music, and she released an album Shiny in 1999. Wahler also appeared on magazine covers for Playboy, which caught a lot of attention at the peak of her youth. Her feminine figure and appearance were also widely appreciated, and she was often mentioned in lists of popular sexy actresses at that time. Wahler had most recently appeared in the soap opera titled General Hospital, where a character was killed off in the show in 2005. She later claimed that she was kicked out of the show after getting pregnant, and then she appeared in movies such as The Prophecy and The Air I Breathe. Most recently, Wahler voiced the role of Barbara Keane in Batman: Gotham by Gaslight in 2018. Athena Massey. Athena Massey is widely known for her guest role in Seinfeld, and she had also appeared in several movies and television shows. She first appeared in Virtual Combat in 1995 against Don Wilson and was quite famous for her physical appearance and action scenes in the film. She also impressed the audience with her combat skills and martial arts proficiency, and later displayed her kickboxing skills in Cybertrack 2. Some of Massey's most prominent film appearances were in The Nutty Professor, Poison Ivy, The New Seduction, and Undercover Heat. She also appeared in Termination Man in 1997 and Shadow of a Scream in 1996, and she was known for a sensual presence on screen. Named after the Greek goddess Athena, Massey commented on how she considered herself to be a warrior just like her, and that she tried to learn something new from each role and experience. Massey eventually settled down in Los Angeles, California, and she is a mother to 2 teenage daughters. Jacqueline Lovell. While Jacqueline Lovell initially went to college to study accounting, she soon decided that she wanted to pursue modeling and acting. Just at age 21, she became extremely famous for her sensual photoshoots and became a top model for Playboy, Penthouse, and many such magazines. Her femininity and charm helped her succeed in a modeling career, after which she also started working at magazines. Eventually, Jacqueline pursued an acting career and even got a role as an extra in Forrest Gump. She also appeared appeared in movies such as Head of the Family, Vermilion, Erotic Heat, Damien Seed in 1996, and also I'm Watching You, Legally Exposed, and Hideous 1997. She soon gained a reputation as one of the top erotic actresses in the industry, and she even appeared in movies such as Murder, She Wrote, Baywatch Nights, Women of the Night, and so on. Jacqueline later also branched into more mainstream roles, and she has now resigned from working on erotic films. She recently appeared in a few episodes of Law & Order in 2005 and even created a dark comedy series called Forest Bathing, Friends with Benefits in 2017. Natasha Henstridge. Born in Canada, Natasha Henstridge started her acting career as a model in 1989 at the young age of 15. At that time, she was modeling for French Cosmopolitan, among other magazines, but she soon decided to branch out and try her hand at acting. Her beauty and appeal landed her commercial gigs for brands such as Oil of Olay, Old Spice, and Lady Stetson, before she finally got a big break in Species in 1995. Then Natasha was only 19 years old, but she soon established herself as an all-rounder actress. Her role in Species took her to huge heights of success, and she essentially redefined what it meant to be a femme fatale. She even later won the prestigious Gemini Award for her acting in Would Be Kings, and she has also voiced some characters in shows such as South Park. Natasha eventually settled down with Darius Campbell in Los Angeles, and she even has 2 children. She continues to model and act in minor roles, and she has also actively taken up the role of a humanitarian and contributed to several charities in recent times. Brenda Bakke. Originally from Portland, Brenda Bakke decided to head to Los Angeles to pursue a career in acting, and she even got some small acting gigs in her early 20s. She started her career by appearing in low-budget B-grade movies such as Last Resort, Dangerous Love, and Hard Bodies 2 in the 80s, and slowly worked her way up the ladder. By the 1990s, Brenda became quite popular for her role in Hot Shots Part 2 in 1993, and she was later even cast in prominent roles in movies such as LA Confidential in 1997 and Under Siege 2 Dark Territory in 1995. After the commercial success of LA Confidential, Brenda did not look back, and she also starred in television series American Gothic in 1995. In recent times, Brenda has appeared in shows such as The Mentalist and Supernatural, as well as Grey's Anatomy and Criminal Minds. She also appeared in the popular series What If in 2019, which seems to be her most recent gig. Tracy Ryan. Tracy Ryan is a Canadian actress who first gained attention for her role as Calla McDear in the role titled Family Passions in 1993, where she played the role of a blind girl. She was also popularly known for playing the titular role of Nancy Drew in 1995, and she did not shy away from scenes or shows that demanded some nudity. In fact, she believed that it could be executed beautifully, and she was certainly quite an iconic B-grade movie actress who later even appeared in Corporate Fantasy and Web of Seduction in 1999. She was also married to Cameron Smith, but that marriage soon ended, and Ryan eventually settled down in the US because of a wider range of work opportunities. She even took up voice acting roles, and she has voiced a number of cartoon characters over the course of her career. Tracy Lords. Born in 1968, Tracy Lords went on to become one of the most popular actresses of the 80s and 90s, and she had quite a versatile presence in the industry. Ranging from music, television, movies and books, there is no area that Tracy Lords has not tapped into, and she is certainly quite well respected for her hustle. However, Tracy is most well known for her appearance in the cult classic movie Not of This Earth, as well as her roles in movies such as Crybaby, Blade, and Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Tracy had a tragic childhood. She was first taken to modeling and acting agencies by her abusive stepfather. Just as a teenager, Tracy was cast into small roles, and she later even got offers for adult films. Her charming personality and fiery attitude helped her gain popularity and amass a fan following, but the law eventually got involved and declared that these movies must be destroyed, as they were created after she was coerced into working at a porn agency. Tracy continued to work in mainstream film after this ordeal, and she became quite successful in her career despite her initial hardships. She has guest starred in shows such as Gilmore Girls, Will and Grace, and so on, and she is also starring in an upcoming movie, Providence. She got married around 20 years ago and currently lives in Southern California with her husband and son. Jennifer Rubin. While Jennifer Rubin was considered to be just a pretty face, she is an extremely accomplished actress who has also dubbed in directing, screenwriting, modeling, and so on. She initially caught everyone's attention for her pictures in magazines such as Harper's Bazaar, Vogue, Glamour, and so on, and she was later offered commercials with Calvin Klein, Coke, Budweiser, and others. Jennifer eventually decided to pursue a career in acting, and she had a groundbreaking debut in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 in 1987. Rubin is still famously known for her role in this film, and she later went on to star in movies such as Bad Dreams and Permanent Record in 1988. She also appeared in The Crush, The Doors, and Screamers in the 90s, and she is well remembered for her appearance in the music video for Somebody's Crying in 1995. Around 13 years ago, Jennifer decided to try her hand at writing screenplays and even wrote Hot Hemp Pancakes, Oopsie Daisy, and The Bookie Lady. These screenplays showed a lot of promise and were in pre-production in 2019. Krista Allen, famously known for her role as Billy Reed on Days of Our Lives in 1965, Krista Allen is a revered actress who has made her mark in Hollywood. She also appeared in Baywatch in 1989 and was highly praised for her role in Confessions of a Dangerous Mind in 2002. Over the course of her career, Krista has also guest starred in several shows such as Married with Children, Friends, Smallville, 2.5 Men, and so on. She soon settled down and even raised a son, Jake, with Justin Morit. Krista later got divorced and then married Mams Taylor in 2010, but that marriage also soon ended after 2 years. In 2015, Krista decided to focus on raising her son, and she has also started pursuing a career in stand-up comedy in Los Angeles along with her regular stints as an actress. Tanya Roberts. Born in 1949, Tanya Roberts was raised in Manhattan, where she finally dropped out of school and got married at an early age. This marriage was soon annulled, and Tanya later met Barry Roberts and fell in love with him. After marrying Barry, Tanya decided to pursue a career in acting and even worked as a dance instructor to support herself. She eventually moved to Hollywood in 1977 after being selected for a role in the last session of Charlie's Angels in 1976. Around this time, Tanya also worked in several B-grade films such as Pleasure Cove, Zuma Beach, and Waikiki. Her debut film, Forced Entry, did not garner much attention, but a role in Charlie's Angels as well as a magazine shoot for People's magazine gained her popularity. She also secured a part in The Beastmaster in 1982 and even posed for a huge spread in Playboy as a promo for this film. This really helped her solidify her position in the industry, and she was soon offered the titular role of Sheena in 1984 as well as a role as a Bond girl for A View to a Kill in 1985. She later appeared in several other shows and movies, and she recently passed away in 2021 due to sepsis caused by a urinary tract infection. Melinda Clark, famously known for a role in movies such as Hot Under the Collar, Out for Blood, and Young Goodman Brown in the early 90s, Melinda Clark soon established herself in Hollywood. She later appeared in movies such as Mulholland Falls and Killer Tongue in 1996 and Spawn in 1997. Clark is also widely remembered for her role as Faith Taylor on the popular sitcom Days of Our Lives, and she also appeared in several other shows such as Xena, Warrior Princess, The O.C., and Seinfeld. Clark was married to Ernie Mirich for a period of 8 years, and she has a daughter, Catherine Grace Mirich, with him. She later divorced Mirich and got married to Adam Farmer in 2015. Besides being a wife and mother, Melinda Clark also hosts podcasts, and she recently co-hosted a podcast titled Welcome to the OC, Bitches. Julie Strain. Also popularly known as the Queen of B-movies, Julie Strain has an extensive filmography and has appeared in over 100 movies. After completing her initial education in California, Julie sought a career in acting and soon gained popularity for her tall, curvaceous figure. At the start of her career, Julie appeared in Repossessed in 1990 and later also had short roles in movies such as Midnight Heat, Out for Justice, and Double Impact in 1991. Her role in Double Impact as well as Sex Court 1999 1998 helped her reach new heights of fame and got her a lead role in the adult sci-fi film Heavy Metal in 2000. Julie also modeled for several comic book artists and even fell for Kevin Eastman during one of these gigs. After marrying Eastman, Julie continued to voice characters for movies and video games and even co-starred in some films with him. Julie eventually divorced Eastman and even suffered from retrograde amnesia after an accident in 2018. She was diagnosed with late-stage dementia and she recently passed away in 2021. Jennifer Burton. Born in 1968, Jennifer Burton has appeared in numerous B-grade as well as erotic movies in the 1990s. Some of her popular roles were in movies such as Desire, Watch Me, Killing for Love, Nightshade, and Dead of Night, and she certainly established herself in the industry. She also appeared in the erotic series Emmanuel and was eventually cast in the lead role in Mischievous and Illusions of Sin. She was also on the cover of the Greek Playboy in 1990, and she recently commented on how she chooses not to opt for nude scenes in films anymore. After having a successful career in B-grade films, Jennifer Burton opted to retire from this scene and she later married Cody Jarrett and settled down. Brandy Ledford. Born in 1969, Brandy Ledford is an American-Canadian movie star who was initially interested in modeling and dancing. After finishing high school, Brandy traveled all over the world for her modeling and dancing gigs, and she was even Penthouse's Pet of the Year in 1992. She finally got her big break in 1993 in the mega-hit movie Demolition Man, which also starred Sylvester Stallone. Her debut role was a small yet memorable one, and she soon got an offer for a leading role in Pier 66 in 1996. Brandy soon became a regular on shows such as Modern Family and Whistler and married Martin Cummins in 1988. She also had one child with Cummins, and Brandy currently lives in Los Angeles, Vancouver and Kauai, while also raising her child and studying dance. Terry Farrell. Terry Farrell initially modeled for an agency at the young age of 17, and she soon dropped out of high school to focus on her career. After modeling for some time, Terry got her big break in Hellraiser 3 in 1992. She later got a chance to play Jadzia Dax in Star Trek Deep Space Nine in 1993, and she is also well known for her role in the sitcom Becca. She also appeared in movies such as Off the Mark in 1987 and Reasons of the Heart in 1988, and she has had quite a flourishing acting career. Terry Farrell later settled down with Brian Baker in 2002 and even had a son with him soon after. In 2015, she divorced Brian Baker and later married Adam Nimoy in 2018. Recently, Terry ended her marriage with Nimoy in 2022 and she currently resides in New York City with her son. Audie English. Audie went to UCLA and pursued a degree in cinematography, after which she decided to try her hand at acting. She made this decision in her mid-20s and she soon appeared in the American erotic drama film Delta of Venus in 1994. At this point, Audie was still considering a career in acting or cinematography and she finally decided to pursue acting. She then appeared in several movies and shows produced by Zalman King Productions, which included the controversial film series Red Shoe Diaries. Audie is also well known for her role in the 1999 rom-com film Free Enterprise, and she was even voted as one of the most beautiful stars by People's Magazine in 1998. Audie finally settled down with Peter Lenkov, and she currently lives in Los Angeles with a husband and 4 children. She still continues to spend her free time as a cinematographer and even has her own photography business. Kira Reed-Lorsch. Kira Reed-Lorsch is one of the most accomplished actresses or models in the 1990s, and she has dabbled in several things ranging from acting and modeling to even producing, reporting and hosting news. She was also a reporter and producer for Playboy's television series Sexetra. Kira appeared in shows such as Red Shoes Diaries and The Price of Desire, and she was also a producer for the hit reality TV show 69 Sexy Things to Do Before You Die. She posed for Playboy in 1996 and also appeared in movies such as Secrets of a Chambermaid. In the late 90s, Kira appeared in several glamorous roles in movies such as Maui Heat, Secret Places, The Night That Never Happened, and so on. Kira also worked on the Emmy Award-winning series The Bay, and she has recently worked in movies such as Love on the Rock, Acts of Desperation, and Amityville Witches. Based in Los Angeles and Atlanta, Kira was married to the late Robert Lorsch, and she is currently the president of the RHL Group Incorporated. Just this year, Kira made an appearance in a documentary, We Kill for Love, which talks about the lost genre of erotic thriller movies. Gabriella Hall. Based in Los Angeles, Gabriella Hall is a model, actress who first rose to fame after her role in Erotic Confessions and Beverly Hills Bordello. Gabriella started her career in fashion and she was a runway model in Europe before she returned to California and got an acting role. Her first role was in a 1996 movie, Centerfold, and she later appeared in movies such as The Erotic Misadventures of the Invisible Man and The Exotic Time Machine in 1998. Gabriella also posed for Playboy and many other magazines, and she even appeared in 18 feature films from 1996 to 1998. Her role in Full Body Massage especially caught the attention of the audience as well as filmmakers and gave her ample opportunities in the industry. After 2005, Gabriella started producing her own movies and starred in her self-produced movie Jacqueline Hyde. She has settled in Los Angeles and now enjoys reading and cooking in her free time. Vanessa Angel. Vanessa Angel started her career as a model just when she was 14, and she soon got her big break as a Russian spy in the movie Spies Like Us in 1985. Even before this, Vanessa had appeared on the covers of Vogue and Cosmopolitan, and her movie role further helped her reach greater heights of fame. Over the next few years, Vanessa appeared in King of New York, Sleep With Me, and Kingpin. She also popularly appeared in the hit show Weird Sciences in 1994 and played the role of Peggy Elliott on Reasonable Doubts in 1991. She recently starred in the 2018 movie Trouble Sleeping, and she also appeared in the 2019 web series Crown Lake. Vanessa was married to Rick Otto, but they are now separated and raise a daughter together. Shari Shattuck. Shari Shattuck is an actress-producer from the 1980s, and she first appeared in a movie titled Portfolio in 1982. She later acted in several B-grade movies such as The Naked Cage, Tainted, Uninvited, A Man of Passion, and Mad About You in the 80s, and married Ron Moss in 1990. Shari has two daughters with Moss, and she continued her acting in the 90s and appeared in movies such as Spy Hard, On Deadly Ground, and Boy Chemistry 3. She then divorced Moss and married Joseph Statura, with whom she produced movies such as Redemption and Scream at the Devil. Shari even started writing books and thrillers, and one of her mystery novels, Loaded, was also praised by critics in 2003. Even today, Shari continues to write psychic series and fiction novels, and some of her works such as Eye of the Beholder and Invisible Ellen are widely known. Leslie Zemeckis. While Leslie Zemeckis is mostly known for her roles in her husband Robert Zemeckis' films, she is a popular actress and writer who has made a name for herself. She first starred in the erotic crime drama Silk Stockings in 1992 and later appeared in Damien's Seed in 1996. Leslie's most famous acting role was in Intimate Sessions in 1998, and she was a huge name in the B-grade acting business until she married Robert Zemeckis in 2001. After her marriage, Leslie started looking for less erotic roles, and she started voice acting for movies such as The Polar Express and Infant Terribles. She later worked with Robert in the 2007 blockbuster film Beowulf, and even directed the 2009 documentary Behind the Burly Q. In 2019, Leslie appeared in the romance film From Zero to I Love You, and she is also going to be honored with the prestigious Ellis Island Medal of Honor later this year for her inspiring movies. Mitzi Capture. Mitzi Capture initially started her career with movies such as Lethal Pursuit, Private Road, No Trespassing, and Angel 3, The Final Chapter in 1988. She eventually rose to fame for her role in the CBS drama series Silk Stockings from 1991 to 1995, but she left the show before her daughter's birth. Capture returned to television 2 years later, and she soon got lead roles in movies such as Perfect Crime and His Bodyguard. She also played Alexis Riker on Baywatch in 1998 and has appeared on several shows such as The Young and the Restless and Rules of Engagement. She most recently appeared on The Executive in 2013 and The Process in 2017, and she has two children with her ex-husband Bradley Capture. Kate Rogers. Kate Rogers first gained attention for her role as Tess Meadows on General Hospital in 1963, after which she went on to star in several movies and shows in the 80s and 90s. She acted in films such as It Takes Two and Dead Solid Perfect in 1988, and later appeared in several movies such as Love Crimes, Stealth Hunters, and Poison Ivy 2 in the early 90s. Kate Rogers also appeared in one episode of Dangerous Curves in 1993, as well as an episode of Women, Stories of Passion in 1996. She has an extensive filmography and she later even appeared in movies such as The Protector, Dark Confessions and Hell Mountain. Her most recent acting job was as Samantha on Alfonso Bo in 2010, and not much is known about her life or what she has been up to in recent times. Laurie Dawn Masuri. Laurie Dawn Masuri initially pursued a degree in business management and even graduated from San Jose State University before pursuing a career in acting. After earning her bachelor's degree in 1993, Laurie Dawn acted in a B-grade movie titled I Am Watching You in 1997 and soon appeared in countless other movies such as Crime and Passion and Word of Mouth in 1999. In recent times, she played a role in The Backlot Murders in 2002 and Towelhead in 2007. And she seems to have disappeared from the acting scene in the past 16 years. Tracy Scoggins. Tracy Scoggins' first acting gig was in an episode of Dukes of Hazzard in 1981, after which she appeared in a movie, Twirl. Tracy later appeared as a regular character in the 1984 television series Hawaiian Heat, and she finally gained enough popularity to be cast in The Colbys, a spin-off of the primetime 80s soap opera called Dynasty. She also appeared in shows such as Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, as well as Babylon 5, and she also garnered praise for her role in the 1992 horror comedy film Demonic Toys. Tracy has appeared in movies such as Ultimate Desires, Time Bomb, Play Murder for Me, and Alien Intruder in the early 90s, and she most recently appeared in the 2014 film Borrowed Moments. She later married John Connolly in 1982 but soon left him in 1988. Currently, Tracy has settled down in Los Angeles, where she typically spends her time working out or swimming. Deborah Shelton. Born in 1948, Deborah Shelton first gained popularity when she won the Miss USA pageant in 1970 and even represented the USA in the Miss Universe contest. She ended up as the first runner-up and later moved to New York City to study acting and modeling. Deborah appeared on Playboy magazine's cover in 1974 and then acted in the 1982 film Blood Tide. However, her most famous role was in the 1984 film Body Double, which took her to huge heights of fame. Deborah was admired for her brunette hair, green eyes and deep voice, and her beauty won everyone's heart. She then appeared in some other B-grade movies such as Sins of the Night and Target Witness. She also guest starred in several television series, out of which her role as Mandy Winger on Dallas is still widely remembered. In fact, fans had sent mail to the production house to bring her character back when she had finally left the show. She married Vici Castro in 1971 and has a son with him. However, she soon divorced him and later married a music producer, Shuki Levy, and had a daughter with him. Sandal Bergman. Born in 1951, Sandal Bergman finished her primary education in Kansas and later moved to New York City to pursue acting. She soon made her debut appearance in a Bob Fosse production film, All That Jazz, in 1979, and she never looked back after this. She appeared in the 1980 movie Xanadu, but her most popular role was in the 1982 film Conan the Barbarian, opposite Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sandal also performed all her stunts in the movies since they could not find anybody who even came close to resembling her body. Sandal's impressive acting garnered much attention and she was cast in Red Sonja soon after. She later did several B-grade movies such as Hell Comes to Frogtown, In the Arms of a Killer, Ice Cream Man, Possessed by the Night, and so on. Her most recent acting credit was in a 2003 film, The Singing Detective, and she has now retired from acting. She still does appear at sci-fi conventions from time to time, and she also has one child with her ex-husband Josh Taylor. Elizabeth Grayson. Elizabeth Grayson was a struggling actress who had used her scholarship money to study acting and photography, and she even moved to Los Angeles to work as a waitress while waiting for a big break. After winning the Miss America pageant in 1982, she struggled for quite some time before finally making her acting debut in Three for the Road in 1987. Elizabeth's most popular works include her role in Highlander and Highlander the Raven, but she has also appeared in several other B-grade movies such as Discretion Assured, Lower Level, Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat, and so on. In the 2000s, Elizabeth decided to try her hand at filmmaking, and she also wrote and published a novel in 2016. Moreover, she has her own publishing company named Flapper Press, and she runs this company with her partner, Kate Obregon. Arabella Holzberg. Arabella Holzberg initially studied performance art and movement theatre while pursuing her bachelor's in London. She later performed in several shows and movies in both the US as well as the UK, and some of her famous works in the 90s were in movies such as The Last Samurai, Stone Cold, Soulmates, and so on. She also appeared in B-grade television shows such as Red Shoe Diaries and Women, Stories of Passion. Arabella also worked on the dance theatre play Pearl, which was a huge success at Lincoln Center. She worked with theatre for a very long time and also helped create shows such as Why, Open, as well as a modern rendition of Othello. For a long period of time, Arabella worked on theatre productions with her husband Daniel Ezrolo, and the two of them later had 2 children together. They have even joined hands to create multimedia dance theatre plays. Nina Simasko. Born in Chicago, Nina Simasko first rose to fame for her role in the 1992 film Little Noises after having worked in the industry for 6 years. She starred in several B-grade movies such as One More Saturday Night, License to Drive, Lost Angels, and Bed and Breakfast in the late 1980s and the early 90s, before finally getting the recognition she deserved. She was also a huge hit in the 1993 film The Saint of Fort Washington, and she starred in movies such as Goodbye Lover, The Big Tease, and so on. Nina also appeared in television shows such as The Huntress, CSI, Law & Order, and Grey's Anatomy. She has also voiced a couple of characters in video games. Nina is famous for her role as Eleanor Bartlett in the television series The West Wing, and she was recently seen in a television film in 2018. Heidi Shaw. Heidi Shaw had a brief career from 1995 to 2001, wherein she acted in several B-grade movies and television shows. Her debut film, Virtuosity, garnered a lot of attention in 1995, after which Heidi went on to work in movies such as Seven, Kiss the Girls, Mixing Near, and so on. She also had a short role in The Truman Show in 1998, and she gained popularity after acting in Universal Soldier: The Return. Heidi then acted in shows such as Men Behaving Badly, The Strip, and When Willie Beat Bobby, and she eventually retired from movies and settled down for a quiet life. Martine Bessick. Martine Bessick initially struggled in her career after she sold a car to move to London and study acting. She got some minor roles in television shows such as Secret Agent, Love Story, and Court Martial. She later got a chance to appear in 2 James Bond films, wherein she played the role of Zora in From Russia with Love and the role of Paula in Thunderball. Martine did garner some attention after these roles, but she gained great heights of fame after a catfight with Raquel Welch in a cult classic film 1 Million Years BC. She also appeared in B-grade movies such as Slave Girls, Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde, The 10th Month, My Husband is Missing, and so on. In the early 90s, Martine appeared in horror movies such as Evil Spirits, Trancers, and Life on the Edge. She finally retired after playing a role in the 1995 film Night of the Scarecrow. After this, Martine has only worked on film documentaries and has mostly retired from the acting scene except for a couple of appearances at James Bond conventions. 4 years ago, she returned to films to pay tribute to Hammer in the 2019 film House of the Gorgon. Paulie Shannon. While Paulie Shannon mostly appeared in shows and movies in the early 2000s, she started with B-grade movies in the 1990s and slowly worked to the top. Shannon's parents had given her a deadline to make it big before the age of 25, and she certainly had no trouble doing this. Her first acting job was in a Canadian teen series Catwalk in 1992. She then appeared in a 1993 film Love and Human Remains, and later went on to star in other movies such as End of Summer, No Contest, My Date with the President's Daughter, and Dirty Work. Paulie also gained popularity for her roles in shows such as Sirens, Ready or Not, and The Hunger, all of which helped her attain a level of stardom. Shannon's most popular work was in the 2002 miniseries Trudeau, and she certainly has left a mark in the industry. She is still active in the industry, and she is also married to Christopher Dyson with 2 children. Kristen Little. Kristen Little prominently appeared in several B-grade movies in the 90s, and her first role was in a 1994 TV movie named Emmanuel: First Contact. She later appeared in other B-grade movies such as Exit to Eden, Siren's Kiss, Sinful Intrigue, and Justine: Wild Nights. But her most prominent role was in the 1995 film Showgirls. Kristen later appeared in 2 video films titled Hades' House, Upstairs, and Hades' House, The Party, as well as in 3 other video films in the Justine series. She has no recent acting credits, and not much is known about her life in recent years. Ashley Lawrence. Ashley Lawrence is most famously known for her role in the Hellraiser franchise created by the legendary Clive Barker. Ashley actually started her career by guest starring on roles such as Capitol and Highway to Heaven, but her presence in the Hellraiser movies in 1987 finally helped her secure a position in Hollywood. She starred in several B-grade horror movies such as Lurking Fear and Stranger by Night. Ashley has an extensive filmography and she appeared in many other movies and shows in the late 90s and the early 20s. In 2002, she even reprised her role as Kirsty Cotton and appeared in Hellraiser, Hellseeker, and she has recently appeared on an episode of Creepshow in 2021. Amanda Weiss. Amanda Weiss made her film debut in 1982 in a comedy movie, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. She soon got several hit roles in films like A Nightmare on Elm Street and Better Off Dead. She was first discovered by local agents when she used to act in local plays, and she first appeared on TV in a television show, When the Whistle Blows. Amanda's notable appearances included her role in the TV series Otherworld, Cheers, and My Two Dads. She also appeared in several B-grade movies such as Pow Wow Highway, To Die For, Shakma, and Black Magic Woman. In 2006, Amanda guest starred in an episode of Dexter and later appeared in the 2016 horror film The Id. Amanda also appeared in a couple of movies and shows in 2019 and hasn't made any new appearances ever since. Berry Reeves. Berry Reeves came from an upper-class family where she had ample opportunities for education, and she finally became interested in drama studies. After finishing her education, Berry decided to pursue a career in acting and appeared in movies such as Child's Play 3, Kicking and Screaming, and Smoke Signals in the 90s. She also had minor roles on shows such as 21 Jump Street, Red Shoe Diaries, and The X-Files, but she finally gained popularity for a recurring role on Entourage as Melissa Gold. She recently reprised this role for the Entourage movie in 2015 and also appeared in the 2018 show Famous in Love. Berry married Aaron Fox in 2015 and she has also had a child with him. To sum it up, the 80s and 90s witnessed the rise of several actresses who had thriving careers in B-grade movies as well as television shows. While these actresses have moved on and settled down in life, they have left behind quite a legacy, and they will always be remembered by fans. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.